Protesters were throwing tear gas canisters back at security forces in central Cairo as clashes in Egypt continued for a fifth day. And they were ferrying away those hurt. A rights group monitoring the situation says dozens have been killed since Saturday, when security forces violently evicted a few hundred protesters camped out in Tahrir Square. Activists angered by what they felt was the use of excessive force flocked to the scene, and unrest has been seething ever since. Wednesday's battle centered around the heavily fortified Interior Ministry near the iconic square. Authorities appear to want to keep demonstrators from storming it, though protesters say they're just trying to prevent an eviction from Tahrir. Overnight violence flared in other cities too. Fires were burning in the Suez Canal city of Ismailia. Those who took to the streets were rejecting a speech by Egypt's military ruler, Field Marshal Hussein Tantawi. He didn't set a date for a transfer of power to a civilian government, offering a referendum instead. But protesters like activist George Isaac want him to step down immediately in favor of an interim council.
The way out of this situation is to form a civilian council with members that are agreed on by the Egyptian people.
The U.S. hasn't publicly offered advice on how to proceed, though a State Department spokeswoman did express worry about the turmoil.
The United States remains very concerned about the violence in Egypt. We condemn the excessive force used by the police, and we strongly urge the Egyptian government to exercise maximum restraint, to discipline its forces, and to protect the universal rights of all Egyptians to peacefully express themselves.
Egypt's unrest threatens to cloud a fast-approaching election day. People go to the polls Monday to vote for a new parliament for the first time since Hosni Mubarak's ouster last spring. The Muslim Brotherhood, Egypt's strongest and best organized group, has stayed away from the protests, but it is likely to dominate results at the ballot box. The demonstrators' calls may echo loudly in the streets, but so far it doesn't appear their voice has given them coherent political muscle. Karen Sloan, The Associated Press.